This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is it. The world as you know it is over. Completely done. It's not about to be over. It's over.
Some of the scientists who helped build AI are now sounding the alarm.
I was selling AI as a great thing for decades, and I was wrong.
There's a longer-term existential threat that will arise when we create digital beings that are more intelligent than ourselves. We have no idea whether we can stay in control.
While others say that AI will usher in unfathomable abundance.
I've always believed that it's going to be the most important invention that humanity will ever make.
This really will be a world of abundance.
And among these fears and these fantasies, we seek the story of our future. Listen to The Last Invention on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the TJ Show, and it is Monday, March 9th, 2026. Hello, J-Bo.
Good day, sir.
Hello, Kenny.
Hey now.
Hi, producer Heather.
What up?
All of us very well rested today. We are in one of those time zones where, they change the clock on us. They move it ahead. There's nothing better than going to sleep. And you wake up and they've fast-forwarded the clocks. It feels good.
If you ever wonder what it feels like to start behind the starting line, this is it. This is it.
I do hope that once and for all, this is the one. I think the senators, because there's nothing to talk about in politics, the senators are working on this, right? And they're going to come through.
They've been talking about it for 10 years?
I thought this already passed. A bill passed and they were supposed to sign it and it was supposed to go into effect.
Generally, politicians move very fast, effectively. They look out for the people. Yeah. So I have hope.
And they always do what they say they're going to do.
Right. And I think some of them are saying they're going to keep the clocks where they are. So I can't wait.
If you can't pick up on this, it's sarcasm. Please don't yell at your radio right now and think, are these people idiots?
No, I'm telling you. This is the case.
Time.
From my observation, okay? This is what I've seen. Mm-hmm. I was in Dallas over the weekend. I love going to Dallas. We have some beautiful friends there. And we were attending, of all things, a Lost Mom conference. And I bring this up here because this is a subject it's very hard to talk about for a lot of people. I'm grateful that we get to attend this conference. We had a stillbirth many, many years ago. And it is remarkable. Every year we go to this. My wife Jess was speaking at the conference. She was singing at it. It starts off and it's very stiff. You walk into the room and everyone's kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen here. This is kind of awkward. And every time by the end, people are opening up, making new friends, getting resources to help them deal with their loss. And I like to bring it up here on the radio because maybe you're grieving in isolation. Maybe whatever the grief is, by the way. Mm-hmm. It's never great to be in isolation. I know that for sure. I'm not a psychologist, but I know this for sure. We've got to get into community. So specifically, if you've been through losing a child in any way, I want to encourage you to look up this organization. It's called Gathering Hope. And you can find so many great people who have answers to some of the head-scratching questions, the things that don't make sense. GatheringHope.org. I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know who that's speaking to. If you feel like you're alone and what you're going through, you're not alone. And there are a lot of people that love you and care about you, and it's a great place to go find them. And I'll tell you, I feel energized. Even though it was an exhausting weekend, just being in that room, watching people open up and share their hearts. Oh my goodness, it's life-giving stuff.
Well, that's what hope does to you.
Yeah.
That's what it gave you. So
absolutely.
That's great.
We stayed at a beautiful hotel, and the whole staff there, amazing. It was such a great experience. But there's one thing that happened. I want to run this by you. What would you do with this?
Alrighty.
So we're in our room, and we're getting ready to leave, and I see this little thing hanging on the door, and it's, you like hang it on the front of your doorknob.
Okay.
For housekeeping.
Oh, yeah, like the do not disturb or not ready for house cleaning or whatever.
This was a different one. This said, hey, if you skip out on housekeeping, we'll donate a meal to people who need food. And I go, well, that's a tough choice. Do I want my room cleaned or do I want to feed someone? I'm like, why am I? All right, well, I guess I'll feed someone.
That's an easy choice for me. Usually when I'm there for a certain period of time, I'm like, just don't come in. Like, I don't need anything. I don't want you to like freshen my room up. Like, it's cool. I pretty much will put off housekeeping until I leave.
Well, I hear that. And it's also nice to walk into like the bed being made and then tidy up and everything. But I was faced with a choice. Do you want to do something great? Or do you want to be selfish and have your room tidied up and maybe get a square of chocolate? And so I think I did the right thing, but I felt like they were putting me in a weird position.
It does feel like it's manipulation a little bit.
Yeah, like, of course, they're going to save money, right? They're not going to be paying their housekeepers as much because they're skipping a lot of rooms, because how many people are going to choose to have their room cleaned over feeding someone who needs food?
I would say I think housekeepers are paid hourly, so I think that will still be the same, but...
I was going to say, someone's not getting fed then, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if you're not paying the housekeeper, how are they
I think
gonna
the housekeepers are being paid hourly, but I think what happens is that there aren't fresh towels, right?
No,
so it kind of saves them on like having to wash towels and
electricity, water.
Right, saves them money in that way.
Yeah, and I used the same towel twice. It was fine. I got dry. I got dry out of the shower. I took 2 showers. It was fine. But I was like, it just sat with me a little weird. So you would choose leave the room alone.
Oh, yeah, I'd do that anyway, and no one's getting a free meal.
Right, well, now you can get them a free meal.
That'd be nice.
Kenny, what would you do?
I would try to provide a free meal for somebody on my own terms.
Right, you gotta,
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh, wait, so you would get the housekeeping?
Yeah.
Okay, that tracks.
This man.
Yes.
Yeah, free meal. I mean, I don't care if they come in and clean my room. It's me in there dirtying it up. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Also, though, I would go to the front counter and be like, so, what organization is getting their free meal?
Yeah.
Because I want to know it's actually being done.
I want to meet the person. Who got and what food did they get, and was it good? And then I'll know for next time. But other than that, beautiful experience. Everything was fine. And I actually felt good when I walked out of there. I had a little kick in my step. I'm Mr. Charity, guys. Sure. I slept on the same pillowcase twice, but I do that at home. So it was totally
exactly.
fine.
What's the big deal?
I was on a plane yesterday. There was this guy who I had to bend over and pick something up out of my bag. And I accidentally, hit him in a very gentle way. Like, I just grazed across him, and he shot me the dirtiest look. Like,
with your arm or with your backside?
It was with my hip. And I was like, I'm so sorry. But, of course, he couldn't hear it. He just gave me a nasty look. And he was in headphones.
Gotcha.
And so later in the flight, I'm sort of looking around, watching what everyone's watching. And I noticed there's a pattern. Most of the shows that people are watching are so dark. Like just horror stuff. This guy who was rude, he was watching that 24-hour emergency room show. What is the name of that show again? It's really popular.
The Pit?
Yes, yeah. And so
call that dark.
Well, can I just tell you? So I started watching what this dude was watching. I didn't even have sound. It was the most depressing thing I've seen in a long time.
I've never seen the show.
It's ridiculous. So they go into a 24-hour emergency room. You got this, it looks like a student who's in the emergency room. He's trying to keep this guy alive. He's pumping his chest. I'm like, leave the dude alone. I mean,
he's trying to save his life. That's what you do in an emergency room.
But I know he was an actor, right?
It's a show. Yes, it's all acting.
I'm confused why you're confused.
Well, because I was thinking about the actor. I was like, are they really pumping his chest? They must have like a prop or something. But that's not even the point. Then there's a lady who's passed out who gets driven up to the hospital in a car. They all go out and they bring out a bed. They're opening up her eyes, shining a light in. It's one terrible story after the next. And I'm like, well, that's why that guy's in a bad mood. That's why he can't take me grazing into him, giving me a dirty look. He's watching depressing stuff.
But that's what happens in the emergency room. It's like that. It's back to back, like nonstop
there are
stress.
A lot of lives saved in the show too.
So it's uplifting?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm only watching it without sound. So I'm only saying.
It's good to judge something without really
So it just feels stressful to you is what you're saying.
Yes, but it wasn't just that. It was a lot of people in my surrounding area. There was only one comedic looking film. And again, I can't hear any of this stuff. There was one comedic looking film where they're all on a baseball field, and it was like very bright, and it clearly looked like a comedy. Right. And I was like, good, that guy's got a sense of humor. Everyone else, they're all getting sad on this plane.
Aside from being nosy, when you should have been minding your business, what were you doing on the plane, though?
I was reading a book.
You weren't watching anything? You were reading?
Yeah, I was reading a book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you weren't reading Because you were watching everybody else's phones.
Well, it was distracting. It was.
How? They all have headphones on.
But I'm like, well, my point is, why is everyone choosing to watch? Like, isn't the world and the news sad enough? Why are you watching more sad stuff?
Because
it's so much.
Because in comparison, it's uplifting. I'd rather watch an emergency room drama than what's going on in the world right now.
Okay, fair.
It makes me a little happier.
That's heartbreaking.
At least lives are being saved.
Maybe that is positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched a horror movie called Ready or Not this weekend.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's about a really deadly game of hide and seek.
Yeah, who needs that?
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah. Well,
Do you feel better about yourself after you watch that?
Well, I wanted to prepare because Ready or Not 2 is coming out in a couple of weeks, so I thought I should watch Ready or Not 1 first.
Well, I watched women's college basketball this weekend, and South Carolina lost to Texas, and I was really upset, so that was sad
That was
too.
horrifying, yeah. Okay, good. Well, my encouragement to anyone who is maybe feeling a little down, change up the TV shows you're watching, or at least I should have tapped those people on the shoulder at that plane and said, hey, cut it out already. Get something fun like this guy with the baseball movie. Somehow, I didn't plan on this. I had a very meaty weekend.
Okay.
I pretty much went on a hamburger tour.
Oh, like literally a meaty weekend.
Yeah, well, we were
like an abundant weekend, or like
Yeah,
like you did a lot.
No, I ate a lot of meat.
Gotcha.
I didn't.
I understand.
You go into your weekend, you don't know what to expect. I had no idea that we'd be at In-N-Out Burger, which I'm convinced, because we don't have them on the East Coast, I am convinced this might be one of the best burgers on the planet.
it's so
It
good.
is
Pretty good.
so good. We were like rushing around, and my wife Jess has spent a lot of time in Los Angeles. She's like, let's just stop at In-N-Out. I'm like, all right. And I always think, like, how good could it be? And it was unbelievable.
Was that your first time?
No, my second time.
Oh, you forgot about the first time?
Yeah.
'Cause I would have been like, yes, please take me.
It was so good. I was like almost crying as I was eating the ham. I was like, it doesn't get better than this. So we had that. Then on the way home, that burger was so good, I stopped at a different burger place. So I had that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was
a lot
like,
of beef.
it was good. Yo, I am beefed up. I'm telling you, it was
You look it.
great.
Yeah.
You look it.
But then,
You need to go on the vegetarian diet for the next couple days.
unexpectedly, Jess prepped a salad for a little family thing we were doing, and my brother-in-law, Josh, is a vegetarian, and it's because he loves animals so much. So he's made that choice, and he's committed. Well, Jess wasn't thinking. She put bacon in the salad that she prepared.
Okay.
And Josh asked the question. I asked him to repeat it on tape because I wanted to capture this moment.
Josh, can you say what you just said again? Can you repeat that?
Jess, what is this delicious crunchy stuff in the salad?
After he had already swallowed the bacon.
This is your brother-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah, Jess made a salad tonight, and you are a...
Vegetarian.
What was the delicious crunchy step?
Apparently bacon.
So he's reconciling with the fact that
Vegetarian, yeah.
after many years of not eating meat, carelessly, he was handed a bowl of salad with bacon in it. But he did say it was delicious, crunchy stuff. So it was a very confusing. I don't mean to laugh. Josh is a very funny guy.
I do mean to laugh.
And as a lifelong vegetarian, what Jess knows, I just assumed when she handed me something to eat that she already vetted it, but she did not.
You thought maybe she would have curated
Well, I
that.
asked her, what's the crunchy stuff? She went, it's just, and then her face kind of went white and like, it's bacon. I said, it's bacon, isn't it?
Welcome back to the dark side.
Hey, what's up, meat boy?
And it is bacon.
Well, how do you feel that you have bacon in you?
I mean, that's whatever. It's fine. I won't die.
Tiny pieces.
It's just tiny pieces. And
Was it delicious?
I mean, I said delicious, but I was being nice to Jess. It was just okay.
I think you really want to be a meat eater.
No, I don't. It actually looks really gross to me.
I'm sorry for that. I know she acted like she didn't care.
She'll send me a long letter later. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jess is very open with her feelings, and we'll make him feel better
A
about
letter
it.
apologizing about how she didn't mean to put bacon in the salad. You know he enjoyed every minute of that, though.
Yeah, well, apparently he called it delicious, crunchy stuff.
Yeah.
It's bacon, isn't it?
We should save that.
It's bacon, isn't it?
Yes, it was. This is the TJ Show, or news. It sounds different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
According to a recent survey, it seems 55% of Gen Z and millennials surveyed are open to experimenting with AI in a romantic or intimate context.
Yeah, that number keeps going up. I still am betting on this not being great for people.
It is scary. I think, just to take a pause for a second, like if you are one of those people who want to entertain AI relationships, you have to ask yourself, what do you like about the human relationship? Because those things, even though AI will tell you you're going to get those things, it's false. Those are all false.
Yeah, it's empty. I don't know. It's not what you're going to get out of a relationship with a human being.
Right. And of course, relationships with human beings are complicated because we are complicated as we're layered. We're creatures that are just layered with complications. But I think because of that just makes us resilient. It makes us be able to tolerate a lot of different things and experience a lot of different things with people.
Yes, that's what we're called to do.
And it sounds like people don't want any challenges. Is what it really just sounds like. They just want everything to be easy and everything to agree with them and what they think.
And life is not like that at all because the world is not going to fold to you just because you don't like to be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You either live and be a part of the adventure of this world or you numb yourself to the reality around you.
And I would tell you this, as far as being in marriage and being in relationships prior to marriage, relationships is a perfect mirror to help you just help you reflect on who you are and things you got to change about yourself.
Sure. Absolutely. I think, I love this world that we're in being compared to a second womb. We're here to fully form. Mm-hmm. And if we choose to not do that, we're not living.
Well, interestingly enough, this survey says the dominating reason for that stat is because people seem to be more comfortable expressing their desires to AI rather than a human being for, I guess, fear of judgment.
Yeah, okay. Well, get over it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Kenny,
it's going to come either way. Judgment's going to come regardless.
Yep. What else you got?
Ryan Gosling hosted Saturday Night Live for the 4th time over the weekend, and they did something unique that I haven't seen before as a longtime fan of Saturday Night Live. For one of the sketches, they threw up a graphic on the lower third of the screen informing the audience that the two actors, Ryan Gosling being one of them and Ashley Padilla, the cast member, had not seen the script before the actual live taping of the show. So they were pranked pretty much on live television.
Huh.
Yeah.
How do they feel about that?
Well, they cracked up. They were laughing. It was a lot of fun to watch. But in the scene, they were reading notes that were being passed in a classroom. And apparently, once they read those notes from the students,
it was a surprise.
It was a surprise. It was the first time they'd ever seen those notes.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd be annoyed if we had planned one thing and then your writers are sort of betraying your trust in a way.
It's hilarious. It's so funny.
I got to check it out.
And it makes everything just funnier.
Yeah, everybody was a good sport about it. And I kind of felt on the in because they let the audience in on the joke. And it really was just a joke on those two actors.
Check it out. Kenny, what else you got?
No surprise, the number one movie at the box office over the weekend was Disney Pixar's Hoppers.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, my kids went to go see it over the weekend. I have to interview them about it to find out if it was good. That's the new Pixar movie.
Yeah, it's the new Pixar movie. According to Rotten Tomatoes, it's 94% for
94?
both the critics and the audience score.
Whoa.
Okay.
Made $46 million in the U.S., another $42 internationally, so $88 million worldwide, which is better than they were tracking.
Could it possibly be that good? Because The Wild Robot, which was a similar sort of statement, right, I think, where it's trying to warm us up to robot takeovers, that got a very high rating, and I hated it.
And remind me, what is Hopper about again?
It's kind of like Avatar, where kids are, I guess, transplanting their consciousness into robot animals.
Yeah, not cool.
Yeah,
I'm good.
My daughter Willa was trying to describe to me what the movie was about, and this is why I have to interview her. She was very much pro whatever they were doing in the movie because beavers were apparently in trouble, and this was a way to help them. So, she's 7, sold on robots. Yeah, let's get into nature with robots, man.
Yeah. On the other side of the coin, the second place movie did not do very well. $7.26 million domestically for The Bride.
Oh, what a bummer.
Well, this is the Frankenstein movie?
Yeah, it's a reimagining of The Bride of Frankenstein, written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, starring Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale.
I mean, it's hard to believe. You have to try to get that low of a number. With that kind of star power, what is going on there?
In the trailer, I thought it was going to be a good movie based on the trailer.
Ironically, we were talking about it on Friday, right? You guys were watching it. You were excited. I guess we were way off on that one.
And maybe the movie is still great. Yeah. But, as soon as you throw in a little bit of music and some dancing, people will freak out.
Yeah, we should, out of curiosity, are you going to see it?
Maybe.
Yeah. Heather?
I know. I think that because the critics are saying it's bad, I want to see it even more.
You want to protest.
I thought it looked so good to me. I can't imagine it being bad.
Well, let us know what you think.
I will.
Well, that's the thing is that some critics love it. Some critics hate it. It's very polarizing. It's 59% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. But for instance, this review from the Irish Times exhibits a contrasting strain of clunkiness that would be more at home in an undergraduate review.
I don't even know what that means.
Who cares what they...
Yeah, like what?
Like, who cares what you
But
think?
then the Wrap says the good news for a lot of people is that Gyllenhaal just made your new favorite movie. The bad news is, hang on, let me see, there is no bad news. So you have glowingly positive reviews and very bad negative reviews. The New York Post, for instance, one of the absolute worst movies I've ever had the displeasure of watching in this job.
The New York Post can
What a rag.
kick rocks.
Guess we got to see it for ourselves.
Yeah, make your own decision.
What else you got?
The mechanical rhino that was featured in the Ace Ventura sequel, When Nature Calls, the one that Jim Carrey was kind of born out of.
Yeah, I remember that.
That is
one of the great moments in movie cinema history.
I don't know about one of the great moments, but it was a moment.
What a performance, too. Yes.
I have a scene from that, well, a picture of that scene hung up and framed in my bathroom.
Really?
The part where he's like actually coming out of it.
Oh, wow,
I thought
that's
it would
clever.
Give some inspiration. In
Yeah.
the room, you know what I mean?
That's a great idea.
Well, the exact one used in the movie is up for auction at propstore.com. It is currently at $16,000. That's the high bid.
Kenny, you should buy it.
Yeah, instead of a car.
I got a wedding to pay for. I got other things to...
Forget the wedding. I'm
Worry
sure your
about.
fiance will understand.
Get it for the wedding. That's your entrance. You crawl out of the rhino.
Okay, genius, yeah.
Done.
Changed my mind.
And then we can do photo ops with it. We can all climb out.
Oh, man. You know what? That was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. But it's shocking to me that something that big, that I think is over 10 feet.
Yeah, it's about 10 feet long, 3 feet wide.
So for 30 plus years, they've had to store that somewhere. You know how like we clean out our kitchen, we're like, it's time to get rid of that? I guess these movie prop places, they're like, man, how long are we going to keep this for? You think of all these movies and all these props.
Well, it's interesting. It started at $2,000, the opening bid. They only projected it to sell for as much as $8,000. So we're double that. 22 bids and counting. March 25th is the last day to place a bid at propstore.com.
Well, there you go. If you have some place to put it, that's something that could be yours.
Yep.
Kenny, what else you got?
Pennsylvania is the latest state to propose a ban on dynamic pricing.
Okay.
This is annoying. This is like when you order a ride share and it's a very busy time and they jack the price up and it's like $70 to get from one side of town to the other. But they also, I think they do this with some of the grocery apps, right?
They do. I mean, even Wendy's last year famously suggested that they were going to try out dynamic pricing, and there was such backlash from the public that they walked it back and they decided not to do it. But this law in Pennsylvania defines dynamic pricing as charging prices within a 24-hour period based on demand or other factors, including the use of AI systems and algorithms.
Yeah, it isn't right. The price just needs to be the price, and that's it.
Right. Well, I guess before all of these computers and AI and algorithms, there's no way to really like change the price at the grocery store easily. You have to get a new tag and put it on, and then for what reason? Now it's so easy. And, and they try to spin it like it's good for us. Like, oh, well, if you come in a less busy time, you'll get a better deal. But most of the time, you're not paying less for that hamburger or whatever it is.
Of course not, because most of the time when you go to the grocery store, it's usually after work when it's busy and everybody else is going to the grocery store because they too are heading home from work.
Right.
Or if it's like, say it's an extremely hot day, they can jack the price up on like ice cream or ice or something that they know or water that they know people are going to want.
It seems like people just want to get away with whatever they can until there's a law about it. What else you got?
Timothy Chalamet is facing some backlash after some statements he made in a one-on-one actor-on-actor interview with Matthew McConaughey. They got into the topic of saving the theatrical experience, to which Timothy said, well, I think the best way to save the theaters is to make movies that people want to go see in the movie theater. But that wasn't enough. He went on to say, I don't want to be working on ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this alive even though no one cares about this anymore. Then all respect to the ballet and opera people out there.
Well, that doesn't sound very respectful to the ballet and opera people out there.
Right.
It also doesn't sound like he's lived much life in the sense to think that people don't care about ballet and opera anymore. But as he gets a little older, he will become a bit more seasoned and taste more of life, and hopefully will be willing to like expand his creative craft by experiencing opera and ballet.
In all fairness, I didn't understand any of it for a long time, and then I marry my wife Jess, who was a professional dancer for a lot of years, and she was a ballerina at one point. And I had no idea that was hard work. I was like, oh, yeah, they're spinning around. They're twirling. Wow.
On their toes.
Yeah.
You can barely walk straight.
Yeah, you should see my wife's feet. It's like, whoa, what happened? Are you okay?
Strong, yeah.
Yeah. She could crush a neck with those feet. And I'm very impressed seeing the discipline involved with that kind of work. And then you see them and the way they gracefully move. It's beautiful.
You know, the way life works, in 5 years, he'll be cast in the film where he has to do an opera piece or ballet. That's just the way life is. You will swallow your words.
And who thinks that anyone cares about what he's up to?
Well, that's the funny thing. In Saturday Night Live on Weekend Update, they shared this story, and then they flashed up a picture of him starring as Marty Supreme, who played professional ping pong. Arguably something nobody cares about either.
Yeah, now I will say none of us defended opera.
I like opera.
I like opera and ballet.
Okay, that's good.
Figaro.
Sounding good, Kenny.
Thank you.
What else you got?
Well, TJ, I just saw this article in the USA Today. Dermatologists explaining that wearing a hat does not cause baldness.
Good to know. Really?
Good.
I thought it did.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, dermatologists say head coverings alone aren't a major factor in hair loss. They did say that tight hats could contribute to it slightly. Also, tight hairstyles like ponytails or other forms of hairstyles where your hair is being pulled could lead
Like
to it as well.
braids or something?
It's mostly genetics and also other health factors. For instance, if you have a thyroid disorder, sometimes after childbirth, people experience baldness, major surgeries, vitamin or mineral deficiencies, or other autoimmune conditions are really the main factors for hair loss.
Thank you for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
You know who I feel like we haven't heard from in a while? Candy in Wisconsin. Candy, you're heading on over to the dairy farm to milk some cows today, and you have something you want to share about what you do with them.
I talk to them like regular people, and my boss saw me. I'm like, hey, don't judge me for talking to the cows. She's like, no, I talk to the cows too.
What do you say to the cows, Candy?
For instance, the other day I was walking around cleaning to make sure the cows are safe and they don't step on something. And I'm like, good morning, ladies. Excuse me coming through.
That's funny.
Do you feel like there are certain cows that take a particular affection to you, that they seem like they like you more than your average human?
So there are so many cows, TJ. Like, there's probably anywhere from 300 to 800 cows that we have. But I can tell you in a specific corridor, there's like 2 or 3 cows that I noticed when I'm walking through that will follow me. And I'll turn around and they'll like stop. And then I'll keep going and they'll keep going. And then I turn around to say hi and they stop. And I'm like, what are you doing back there?
Yeah, they're like, it sounds like they're big dogs. Like my dogs follow me around all the time and they just want food.
So genuinely, they're scaredy cats. There really are. They don't like to usually be pet. There are a few of them that will let you touch them. Sadly, the ones that are super friendly and want your attention are the ones that get sold to eat.
Oh. Aww. Yeah, well, they know they better kiss up real fast.
Yeah, it's like they already know. They're like, oh, I'm about to be out of here.
They're the ones with the personalities. They are more friendly. Milking cows are just really skittish. Every movement, they kind of...
I would be too. There's someone's hands always on me, like all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I see my boss. I asked her if she wanted to be on the radio sometime, and she's like, I don't know.
You could put her on one day if you want. Tell her to call us. We'd love to talk to her. Candy, this has been Cow Talk.
Yes, I loved it.
Great to learn about those big animals, and we're so glad you're taking care of them. Have a great time on the farm today, okay?
Oh, you have a great time at the radio.
We will.
You take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
There are some people in my life that have a hard time going with the flow.
Yeah.
One of those people is producer Heather's husband, Lewis. And, you know, he's become famous for this rant that he goes on. He gets very angry when it's daylight savings time.
He absolutely hates it. And I mean, I know hate is a strong word, but it applies to this situation.
Yeah, and so you were a reporter on the scene. You interviewed him, and I don't want to speak for him. We'll let him say what he feels about this day.
Hey.
You know what Sunday is?
Daylight savings.
Why do you say it like that?
Because it's like the word, do you know, let me tell you about daylight savings.
Okay.
That week, heart attacks increase.
I think that's actually true.
No, that is true.
That story comes out every year. They're like, hey, yeah, there's this thing we're trying to do to save the daylight. But here's what else happens.
Car crashes go up, and people are just overall crankier.
Well, he's always cranky, right?
A little bit, but he's also not wrong in this case.
Right.
He's not. But
Yeah. And by the way, should we be moving to Arizona? I mean, it's a little dry, but it's they don't deal with this, do they?
No, or Hawaii, I believe.
Or Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And
All great places to go to.
British Columbia, Canada just changed it. They no longer observe daylight savings time as of last week.
Okay, so there's hope.
Why don't you like daylight savings, though? What's wrong with it?
1, I lose an hour of sleep on Sunday. That's terrible. 2.
Yeah, but it's a Sunday. You're not working or anything.
It should be on a weekday so I can lose an hour of work.
That is a good point. And, I think that's part of, if it happened on a Tuesday, like imagine you're in the middle of your day, you get to work at 9, but then it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Everyone would be fine with that.
But no, they take it out of my personal time. They should do it like on a Tuesday at like 2 p.m. Now, there's no point to it other than to make everyone miserable.
Okay, I gotta bye.
And that's where you end it, because you've heard enough.
Yeah, I was done. I'm
Okay.
done with that
So-
conversation.
She hears that probably every year, I'm sure, right?
Every single year for the last 11 years.
Well, and also about every other subject, too.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's just a running rant. And, I think Lewis should do stand-up comedy. You guys would be like an amazing stand-up comedy team.
We have been compared to Nichols and May. I don't know if you've heard of
No,
them.
what is that?
They were an old school, man-woman, duo.
Okay, well, maybe it's time for
Bring
you.
that back,
In a few moments, and thank you for doing this research, Kenny. You're a fine human being.
Sure.
National Napping Day is actually today, and there's a list of all the benefits of napping, especially this week. So we're going to get into this in a few moments on The TJ Show.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
This is the TJ Show, and we hope that you are well rested. Usually the day after daylight savings where they're pushing the clocks ahead. Feels great.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah. And what's very concerning about this, I really do hope they just stop already. And there are some places that are doing this because there are health risks to moving the clock ahead like we do. Even my dogs, they get so angry. Although today they're going to be happy because they'll be eating earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But they know the old time.
I would say dogs hate it when it's fall back.
Right.
Because they have to wait. They're just like, wait, what? My stomach says otherwise.
Yeah, they think the party's over. I'm not getting fed anymore.
That's
what are you
right.
doing? Come on. They
Set
get
to
so
mope around.
nervous and antsy. But anyway, today is National Napping Day. They started this in 1999. And they said it highlights the health benefits of napping. And also, it helps us out. The day after daylight savings, maybe we need a nap today. Maybe that'll actually help us with our hearts and everything else. Oh, and by the way, over the weekend, I was traveling. I saw a lot of napping. I was on a plane, and the way to Dallas, some dude was snoring so loud, right from the start of the flight, and he had a wife with him who didn't even bother to tap him or try to stop him. And Jess, my wife, leaned over to me and said, if that was you, I would stop you. I'm like, you know what? They're so confident. They so don't care about what people think of them. Let's admire that. Mm-hmm. Then on the way back, we were sitting next to a very nice woman. We were talking to her. Everything was normal. She passed out, and she had her mouth open. And so I was taking a sip of water And I said, Jess, just pour a little of this in her mouth. See what happens.
Absolutely not.
They don't do this kind of stuff anymore in this world. Let's be the change we want to see.
Choke.
Were you talking to her about foraging and she passed out?
No, I wasn't.
A real snooze nap.
No.
Snooze fest.
No, we had a very lovely conversation, if you need to know, Kenny. But anyway, let me get to this list here. The pros of napping. Here's why it's good. Increased alertness. Even a brief 10 to 20 minute nap can significantly reduce fatigue and improve concentration. Improved mood. Napping can lower irritability, frustration, and stress levels. Although I will say, when I'm awakened from a nap, I can sometimes get angry. Do you get angry?
Too. Yeah, because I feel groggy.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, and I'm also angry that I have to wake up. I'd rather just keep sleeping.
Yeah, I usually get mad, which is why I try to avoid it. Cognitive enhancement. Brief rest periods are linked to better memory retention, quicker reaction times, and improved problem-solving skills. Physical health benefits. Some research suggests short naps can lower blood pressure and support heart health. And then finally, safety. Napping is an effective strategy to prevent accidents for drowsy drivers or shift workers. So there you go. Do you need more evidence that napping is great?
I need a nap today.
Of all days, today's the day. Go for it. I was chatting about my weekend a little earlier. What'd you do this weekend, Jay? But we weren't in touch at all over the weekend.
I wasn't expecting to be in touch. Usually on the weekends, we get a break from each other. Which is nice, you know what I mean?
You kick your feet up.
It helps the friendship.
Yeah, and you go, oh man, that was enough of TJ for the week.
No, I don't feel that way. I spend a lot of time unpacking. You know, my husband Archie and I, we moved recently, so you spend a lot of time packing, and then you spend a lot of time unpacking. It's really just a dumb process, but it needs to happen.
Any surprises? You're like, ooh, I packed that, but I forgot that I had that.
No, but there's a lot of things that I'm unpacking, and I'm like, yeah, we don't need this.
So you moved it to now throw it out in a new place?
Yeah, pretty much, to donate it. So we have like an entire bin of things we're donating, which is great.
Anything I would like?
No.
Nothing?
No, you have enough.
No, but if you think of me for something, I always
don't need anything else.
I like a free thing.
You're not in need of anything right now.
You know what people do this sometimes because we have kids, and it's very nice. I think it's well-intentioned. But they'll give us like 8 trash bags full of clothes. They'll say, hey,
great.
You know, these are and we are very grateful for it. But then they throw other stuff in there that are not relevant to the kids. And so it's easier for them, and it's kind of the price we have to pay to go through the clothes, and then we wind up having to drive them to the donation center.
Yeah, they pass it off on you guys because they're like, yeah, they can take care of it. Now, I know that your daughters love to do arts and crafts.
Yeah.
I do have this big bag of tie-dye essentials.
Oh, they would love that.
Okay, I'll bring you that.
I think you actually gifted them that many years ago.
This is legit tie-dye.
Okay.
This is the stuff that if you don't use it right with supervision, it can get
it can burn skin.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yes, Kenny.
I thought maybe Allison, my fiance, gave her the tie-dye kit.
Oh, is that right?
A while back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe it was her. Oh, somebody gave them a tie-dye kit. Was that Allison?
I think it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got a kit.
What'd you do this weekend, Kenny?
Well, we actually saw Allison's brother in a play. It was really unique. It had an interactive element to it.
He's an actor, right?
He is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he does audiobooks, and he tries to get on stage as much as possible.
Do you think he's pretending to like you?
He could be.
Yeah.
He's a really good actor.
Do you feel like he's for real?
I think he likes.
Has he had any serious conversations with you?
Yeah, we talk about his work. You know, we're both kind of in the creative industry, so we
show
bond.
business, brother-in-law. Hey,
but the play was really cool. It was interactive. The first scene actually took place in the lobby of the theater. It was getting onto an airplane, and there were actors mixed in with all of the people waiting to get into the theater, starting conversations with people.
I love that.
Allison's dad wasn't having any of it. This guy came up to him and said, "Do you know Josh? Do you know Josh?" He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, bro." Josh was Jeff's character.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
It's very funny.
It's his actual son. It was actually Jeff that came up to him.
That's funny. Yeah, that reminds me of, I love when actors or performers go into the crowd. There is a famous blues artist, Buddy Guy, and many years ago, he would have this 100-foot cord in his guitar, and he would walk into the crowd, and he became famous for that as a part of his act, and he's still doing it today.
Wow.
That's
I
so
think he's
sweet.
actually in his 90s.
He's in the movie Sinners.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, he's one of the legends of blues. Last week, we were talking about the outrageous scams that continue to find us on the internet, and let's get to Diva. Hey, Diva in Colorado, what can we do for you today?
I'm calling you because I'm really sad. I'm turning 60 years old this year. And as far as tech savviness goes, I'm not up to date on everything people half my age are.
My guess is your life is a lot better because you're not on all this tech. Is that true?
Because like you guys talk about disconnecting, not being on Facebook all the time on your phone, and no, I'm old school. I have books I read, but Jabo, you were talking about almost being scammed.
Oh yeah, on Facebook Marketplace, yeah.
Right. But
yeah, I was trying to buy. I was looking to buy a washer and dryer, and I almost got scammed, but thankfully I didn't. Just based on the conversation and how it went, I was able to pick up on the fact that it was a scam in the process.
But that's one of the things I would have never picked up on.
Diva, do you want to understand more about the internet and these social platforms?
Well, and I try. But right now my life is so full, and I know, all right, so you always say what's exciting in your life. I'm going to tell you, for the first time in my life, I'm at peace.
Hey.
I am content with my world.
I love that.
Well,
yeah.
you just said it.
Place to be.
Your life is full. I would encourage you to stay off the thing that seemingly keeps emptying all of us every time we go on it. We were just talking about this the other day. I go on, I've checked my email or whatever, and I get sucked into that vacuum. Even my brother the other day. Remember, we played a message from him? And Mike, he called to let me know that his New Year's resolution was to stay off of Instagram.
Yes.
His friend sent him a video. He said for 2 hours he was watching videos. He's like, it's unbelievable how it happened. So I think you're in the right place, Steve. You just said it. Life is full.
Yeah, thank you, you guys. When you do stuff like the tech stuff and stuff like that, I've got a whole hour to drive, and I listen to you guys. And yes, I enjoy you guys a lot, but you also throw out things that I can learn from. So I appreciate you.
Hey, well, that's good
very
news.
welcome.
Look
Thank
at
you for listening too.
Jabo, we're teaching.
Yeah,
all together.
Professor
All right,
Jabo, TJ here. How you doing? Diva, you are super encouraging. Thank you for that. You be safe out there, okay?
All right. Have a wonderful day, okay?
You too. You take care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.